relationship was over?
I had left.
How do you know when a relationship dies?
Let's talk.
I had left.
Before you go on with that, because that's a good question. I'm gonna say that's an excellent question. I want to talk to you about, because you've been single. I mean, obviously you've been in relationships before. You're single right now. How do you know when your relationship is dying?
When it's dying, or just finally done?
No, when it's on the way, because there's some pretty good indications.
There are indications, and there's always symptoms, I should say, that you know in advance. I mean, it isn't anything that you would be blind or oblivious to, like, oh, I didn't know. No, you know. There's signs like, oh, he's not available anymore, or he's working overtime. He's probably
well, let's not say it just he. I mean,
okay, or she.
Let's just go from the aspect of
just
what
as
you
a
know.
period overall. Okay. I mean, you start to argue. You make fights start to happen. You stop calling. You stop doing the things that you used to do. It's just like the interest, the lack of interest. It's just not there anymore. You can see it. It's just visible. And you just start fading away. And man, all of a sudden it's just nobody calls anybody anymore, and you just bam.
Right.
Nobody asks why you ain't calling. You just don't do it anymore. Because that's what happened to me. That's how I did it. It's like, man, this is over with. I'm done with it. There's no need to explain anymore. We've had these discussions. There's no need to be repetitive in going over that. You know what it is, or I know what it is, and we haven't come to an understanding. So it's like, if we can't come to an agreement or a common ground to figure out what we need to do if we want to keep going, then what is there more to do? My thing is, I don't want to be with anybody who doesn't feel like they don't have anything to lose. If you feel like you got something to lose, then we're going to work. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you don't have anything to lose, then what am I fighting for?
Exactly. That's spoken truth.
That's the truth.
What am I fighting
down
for?
To communication. Like, once
Communication is
stops,
the cue.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's when you on life support right there.
Yeah, because you won't shut down.
Yeah.
You ain't answering the questions
the minute
no more.
you decide you're
like,
going to shut down
and
not communicate with your spouse, that's when you start to.
Yeah.
Because then you have that, I don't give a fuck attitude.
Exactly.
Like, I used to tell you,
that's
I used to text me in the morning, hey, good morning, even like different schedules. If you sleeping, he gone, he'll still good morning, because you getting up, even though you was sleeping, he left, he still will hit you, or
it's a good night,
or a good night, because y'all on different schedules, or
we used to laugh, we used to go out, we used to watch movies.
When you get to those we used to.
Then that's where you need to find out what happened.
What's going on.
And you need to do that before then, because it don't have
to
right. You don't have to wait till it happens 1,000 times to say we used to do this.
Well, you're saying more so along the lines of preventive maintenance.
Absolutely.
So when you realize what you used to do has stopped, when you come to that first realization that it's not happening anymore. If I used to text you good morning every day with a smiley face, and that's the noon, and you be like, damn, baby, hey, afternoon.
Or you used to do this in the bedroom.
That means I ain't texting you good morning. When you realize that, you might want to kind of jump in and be like, damn, what happened to my morning? Good morning, like, don't let it be 3 months later, and now you like, when you realize it, because now you know it's 3 months, so that means you realize it 3 months ago.
So let me ask this. Because we got single, married, divorced.
Exactly.
And y'all don't have to tell me, well, whatever. Why do women keep? Like, what would make a woman step out of her relationship?
Yeah, I want to
There's a lot of reasons. Why?
Interesting question. I mean, most women don't choose to do it if she's loyal, but it's a million things that can drive you to do it. I mean, you feel like you want to play games because you want him to feel like, man, my lady out here doing this or whatever. Because what it is that it's like, men do it, it's okay, but if a woman does it, it's like she shouldn't do it. It's not okay.
Okay from either standpoint.
It's not okay from either
standpoint. It goes back to those used to, exactly. And then you find somebody that does,
right?
And
you're not getting the treatment that you used to get. Exactly.
But that goes everywhere.
That would be the
that goes everywhere.
Because
that's what men do. When men step out,
want to do it, they're not loyal to their man, and they just want to be in these streets. But like we were just talking, it comes to the used tos, because it's like you get to feeling lonely or whatever. You feel like unappreciative. You don't feel beautiful anymore if you've lost that self-confidence. Whatever your reason is, you feel like it's a new time for me to branch out and get fresh again. See if I still have it, and see if somebody's going to treat me the way I deserve to be treated.
I think there's no cut and dry answer to that. Are you
communicating this to the guy, though, before going out, or is it something that's
women will tell now. Women will. I can say the difference between women and men is a woman will be like, because y'all start calling us nags. Well, a woman will
tell you before.
We will tell you, like, baby, blah 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 blah. You're like, oh my god,
Then
and
she
then
goes
y'all
with
started,
this.
and y'all hear us doing this, but we're
I
telling
don't
you
think that's a
we're
man woman
unhappy.
thing, though. I think
No.
I'm gonna tell you this as a guy. Like, if I got a problem in my relationship, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you the chance to get that.
You
correction.
actually do that.
Yes.
You actually
Most
sit down
men
to your girl,
Yes.
face-to-face conversation, no argument, no,
Well,
defense mechanism,
I'm
none
not
of
gonna
that.
say it might turn into an argument.
Yeah, it will definitely.
I'm not the person who's gonna be the. I'm a little rough sometimes. You know what I'm saying? In terms of how I speak, so it may come out a certain way. But I'm going to communicate how I feel about something.
But
now, if you choose to ignore that, then
if it's rough, do she know
it's
that
not,
it's
but,
gonna come out? Because if she don't know it's gonna come out rough, she gonna take that.
I don't even know it's gonna come out rough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But have you ever thought about just like catering to the situation if you want to be heard? Because you're right. It's not a right or a wrong way. Everybody should come to the situation or to the table about whatever they're trying to discuss in a good demeanor, because you have to kind of conform if you want your situation to be heard. Because can't nobody on the opposite side take what you giving to them if you come in bogus. If you come in like Terrence, he know out the door he doesn't have any empathy, but he wants his woman to know that, man, you're not doing this, and I think that this is what you need to change. This lady on the outside sitting on the side of him like, is that how he coming to me?
I know, right?
Is that how he wants to make this change?
If she knows how I am, then you know
but
how.
Everybody still needs to be catered to, regardless of how she knows you're going to come to her. It's about receiving the information that you're giving her.
Okay. So it's about sugarcoating it.
It's about sugarcoating for your girl and your guy, and you got to do that.
You can get your
got
point.
to
You
do
can
that.
get your point.
That's how you get along. Chris said that her husband does not argue. It's a reason for that. It's how they communicate. I'm sure they're angry about the situation, but they're not coming at each other like dogs, all in each other's face like Rottweilers. They're not doing that.
I'm not saying I'm gonna do that. I'm not saying I'm gonna come off angry, or I'm just saying that the conversation, if it turns to an argument, it turns to an argument. But at the same, what I'm doing is I'm going to communicate how I'm feeling about a certain situation. Now, at the end of this conversation, however it went, you're going to know I feel a certain way. Now, if you choose to continue certain behavior or disregard what I'm saying, then I did what I could. I've already told you what. Yes, I've told you where I'm at, and at that point,
So
I think
because when you choose, I feel like when you're choosing to ignore what someone is genuinely saying to you, you're basically shutting that door and not giving a fuck.
Exactly.
That's what it boils down to.
But let me ask you
and
this,
it's a matter of disrespect at that point.
True, absolutely. And I was just going to say that it is a form of disrespect. And my thing is that if it does become repetitive, before it goes to 3 and 4 and 5 times, like on that second time, or maybe 3 strikes you out, because that's my little thing. 3 strikes you out. I'm not going to go 4, 5, and 6 times. So my thing is, let me try it a different way, because maybe my first way didn't work. Can you kind of cater and chisel it out and fix it the way you want to come to this person a different way, and maybe they'll receive it differently, and maybe they get it this time, they'll have a light bulb moment. Mm-hmm. That's what I call it, a light bulb moment, because we all don't get it on the first try.
But by the time that light bulb moment happens, it's too late.
Usually
Too late.
Sometimes, true.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
So which draws me to the next question, because you guys are making all valid points. I'm going to say, what's more important in a relationship? Is it sex or is it communication? Now, I'm going to ask this. I mean, I know you made that face, and I understand exactly what you're going to say. Communication is key in a relationship. What do you guys think?
I think communication is most definitely key. I think, without communication, you can't have a relationship. Right. It's like
you have
the sex would be the best shit in the world.
What I don't like.
The sex would be the best. But if you have no communication, then at the end of the day, after you get done fucking, what do you have left? Like, if you have no communication, even with sex, you said is it communication or is it sex? If you're not reciprocating how I'm telling you I like sex, because there's no communication.
You can have communication during sex.
You can, but I'm saying, even with just a key part of communication is it, because I might like this, and if you're not listening to what I'm saying, you doing that, now the sex ain't good, because I told you what I like, but you're not listening, so it's about, it's all about communication. I'm a person who, I think that in order for anything to work, it has to be a two-way street, and you just have to be open.
And that could be a turn on. But somebody listening. I could tell you a bunch of things that day one when we first met, I told you what I like. you listened, you heard me, you did what I like, and that's just turned me on. So now I know that I can talk to this person. They gonna do what I like.
Do you think that's something that most guys don't do? Is like listen. I mean, listening. I'm talking about because we just blow stuff off.
Yeah.
So that's what. So that's a common. See, and that's another thing that I have. I guess I have a problem with, T, because I think that's a common belief, a misconception that women, y'all think that us as men, we blow you off and we don't listen to everything you say.
I don't think that's true. I think that with age, I think it comes actually with maturity. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to say that men blow you off and they don't listen, because I don't think that's true. I think that it's something that as men you pick up with maturity. So maybe when you were in your 20s, you might have wanted just to hit. You was like, yeah, girl, yeah, woo, you know, but you really weren't listening. But I think actually with age, men do realize that if you're not listening to this woman, you're not going to keep her. So I don't think that's true. I just think that it comes at a certain point in your life. When your light bulb goes off.
Ask for that bag at 20. He's like, I ain't going. But then that mature woman who does everything and asks for that same bag, he's like, well, she will.
And I don't even think that's
the same thing.
I just think that at some point in a man's life, the light bulb goes off where he realizes that you can't keep doing the same thing because you might not have been listening earlier on.
Right.
And now you realize the reason you're moving from point A to point B and you're at this point in your life and you still are not married or you don't have, or you went through 50 women before, you might hear women say, you might have heard a woman say to you, you don't even hear what I'm saying. But I'm saying, I'm not saying that men don't listen. I just think that at some point, it's when a light bulb goes off in your head where you start to listen.
Let me ask this.
And something in you changes.
Something in you changes.
You know what, T? Because
something.
I think I developed a question in my head just based on this conversation we just had. I'm going to let you go, and then I'm going to speak my fear.
I have a quick comment, and I might be changing the subject a little bit.
I'm definitely going to change the subject, so go right ahead.
Has anybody, because I will say this. I'm a guy. I don't know a woman in the world. I can speak to you, my bad, whatever.
A woman.
I don't know a woman in the world who's ever told me that her relationship ended because of her. She's always somehow found a way to make it the guy's fault. Even if she's the one who cheated on that guy, he made her do it. So, is there a woman on this panel who can tell me that honestly they caused their breakup? It was their fault.
Can I go first?
Please.
Yes, please.
Okay, you are right, Terrence, and I'm going to give you 100% up. For some reason, women, I'm not going to say all because I cannot speak for them all, but I'm going to speak for myself. But majority. I have not admitted to my relationships that I was wrong. I never owned up to them because of several reasons. Sometimes women want to be right and they just want to be...
But sometimes y'all be dead wrong.
We be dead wrong, and that's what I'm saying right now.
I have had one where I was wrong, and right when I almost admitted it, something happened.
Right.
And you took that, made that
and I turned it around.
Right.
With you.
And it's not fair to you all. It is not fair because... You're right. We always talk about some you. You didn't do this. You didn't do that.
Women are sensitive creatures.
True, but it's not fair. It's not fair. We gotta admit it and step up to it.
Why can't a woman just say, "Hey, I messed up.
Right.
Let me learn from that and
move on."
But instead, y'all make it, and I would say y'all because I'm speaking to all women as I look at this camera. All women. Y'all make it a situation where it's the guy. The guy did everything wrong, and it's all his fault. And it's so
no filter.
No
filter.
Filter that, please.
No filter.
But y'all make it so about the guy. It is a lot of times y'all. I feel like some women can't acknowledge their mistakes and their faults.
You know why? You know why? T, I think women can't acknowledge this. It's pride. Yes. Right. It's pride, and not only that, because a woman doesn't want to feel like they were the person that did something wrong to end that relationship at all.
I got another question about ending relationships.
They
want to pass the buck.
Let me ask Terrence one question though.
Please.
So we were sitting here, my phone was ringing.
Okay.
So if I
was that grapefruit?
No, it was not. That was so long ago.
Grapefruit.
Shut up.
That nigga said, I got a bag of grapefruit, baby. Where you at?
So, one point, so if I can admit to you that whatever you said to me, you're right. I was wrong.
Okay.
I'm wrong. And I say, I still want to end it. So, whatever you said, everything you said was right. Yes, I did this, I did did that, I did that. But I still don't think this should work out.
But that's rare that a woman actually say that.
I'm saying this.
That is rare as hell.
And then you're still saying to me, and I'm telling you, I want this to be over. It's over. Like, yeah, I understand. I did A, B, C, D. It's my fault. Yeah, but at this point, I just feel like this ain't working. That's, and I could try to twist it and say, yeah, that's why I did A, B, C, D. But I'm still accepting it. And then you turn around and say, but I still love you.
I got to answer for that question then, too.
What's that? Because he really love me?
No, it's not. It doesn't. No, not at all. Not at all. I want you to understand. No. I want you to. Right. Look, I'm going to be 100% clear with you. If a nigga say that, you know what, you fucked up and you did A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, whatever the fuck. If you went that far in the alphabet and you fucked up, a nigga gonna say, but I still love you. He doesn't still love you. He loves the shit that you do for him. He loves the comfort that you provide him. It's not that he loves you.
So why bring it up then?
It's not that he loves you. It's not. I mean, he's not bringing it up.
He is bringing it up because he's saying
the nigga might be going through a pussy drop.
It's not about a pussy drop.
It could be a pussy drop. If you giving them grapefruit, what the fuck?
Right.
I'm saying,
and you doing all of this.
I'm saying,
you want to come back to that.
I'm saying, you know what? I did do this, but so since I did this, let's just be over. This is me saying, let's just be over. I don't want to do this shit no more. Move off the whim. It's done. Yeah, you right. I did do X, Y, Z. Because now I'm at the end of the alphabet. The bitch done a lot. Yeah. So I'm at the end of the alphabet. And I'm saying, but I don't want to be done. He's like, no, but I understand, ain't nobody perfect, and I still want to be with you. So I'm admitting to my fault. He's still saying he want to be with me. So
but I'm going to tell you, that
means
I'm going to tell you, that means that either two things are happening. He got complacent with your ass, and he's used to what he's already doing the same shit you're fucking.
So why be with
Because both of you ain't perfect. He said it right there. We ain't perfect. We ain't angels. So I mean, we ain't perfect. We ain't angels, but we're comfortable together. That's what he's saying.
I'm a Taurus. He's a Taurus, so we're just alike.
So that's what it is. He's basically
stubborn as hell.
But I know
he's basically what?
But he's the male version of me, so I know it's like I can't push shit past you, can't push shit past me. But at this point, I'm tired of us not being able to push shit past each other. We both bullshitting each other.
Okay, well then he's playing. All it is he's doing the same shit you're doing. He's acknowledging that, and he's saying, okay, so if you're saying that he's stubborn. He's stubborn.
I haven't caught him doing the shit he's
caught you doing.
Not necessarily caught, but has accused me of, and I'll be like, yeah, I did.
Did you do it?
I'll be like, oh, I say, yeah, I did it. So I've admitted to going from A to what.
Do you think he's fucking somebody else?
I think he got a whole lot of shit going on that I don't know about because I'm not looking as actively as he's looking. Not that I don't care, but I have other shit to do with my days that's supposed to look at what the shit he's doing.
Let me ask this question. Why is it that when it's over, let's say it's all said and done, no matter how it is, a woman would tend to go to the you guys want to insult the guy and it becomes you got a little dick anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like you fuck with me for you know what I'm saying? Like
I'm friends with every guy that I broke up with. So I've never done that. Because I don't really end relationships badly. Because you never know. Like, I just don't. It's never been like I.
So you more the person that's got a foot in the door saying, oh, the door's not closed. There's still a foot in the door. I can't close that door.
I won't say all females. Why do some females? And it's not like the insult bothers us because it's like, hey, for the last 2.5 years, you know what I'm saying?
If I tag you on Facebook, it'll bother you.
No,
because I gotta hurt you.
I would go right back on Facebook and be.
Because I physically can't fight you, so I have to hurt you some type of way.
I heard that females dog the nigga that they with just so other females won't fuck with them.
It's to hurt the guy. But here's the thing. But they don't. They gotta understand. It doesn't really.
Like when they break up, you'll say this nigga got some bad sex. Oh no, he got some bad sex. You don't go fucking with him. And then other people are saying, oh yeah, I heard women do that type of shit.
Right, that's awful.
You know what women? No, I think it's the opposite. I think that women need to learn how to stop telling too much shit about they man to their friend.
In the first
to the
place.
bitch. Now you mad when you break up with him and your girl get with him.
Yeah.
Or your bitch who you thought was your friend. That's so too much.
It don't matter what you
Right.
say though. Just like I said before this, it does not matter what you say. If I said that my husband shit on himself all day, there's somebody that was like, I hope you clean it up. So it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. If somebody.
Whoa!
Oh,
You just
stay
joined
by.
us. Look who's here.
Stay by. How did you just pop up here?
I just heard something that kind of piqued my interest as far as the fact that
Please elaborate.
you got
Jump
people
right on
that,
in.
You know, when things go bad in a relationship, sometimes you probably
Did you pan the camera on yourself?
No, I didn't. But when things go bad in a relationship, you probably want to try to keep it in house because that way it's respect. You never know. It might not be for you right then and there, but it might be for you down the road. But when you start getting involved, people involved, you know,
Never any good comes out of that.
you know, chicks that don't got a man, ain't never had a man.
But can
I
tell
ain't
you
gonna
about your
never
man.
can tell you about your man.
Right.
Now you in a point where like now you gotta prove a point.
Yeah.
So, you know, everybody's been a victim where you probably said, oh, he this or he that, but that was your pride and joy. That was the
At
sun
some point.
raised and set in his eyes.
Yeah.
But then something happened where you guys are no longer eye to eye. Now he's this and he's that and he's this and he's that. And people really know what the truth is. So sometimes you just gotta, it's better to, like my mom and dad raised us to keep stuff in house. So if you're going through a thing, you probably want to keep things in house because you never know. You know, you might be able to go back. Because you don't shit when you lay your head.
I'm gonna say that's a 100 moment.
I love
That's
that.
a 100 moment.
It is.
I
That's a
love
100
that.
moment.
That's
And
a
then
100
misery,
moment.
misery just
You do
loves
not.
Can you tell people what thirsty is? Yes. Please tell them what thirsty is. And
Thirsty is when you know, like, if I'm taking and you're steady coming at me, that's thirsty. Now, what isn't thirsty is if I'm sitting on the sink and I take a picture of my ass and you like it and you're steady inboxing me. No.
because you asked for that attention.
Exactly. You're not being thirsty. You're being a man.
Okay.
Men like ass. But if I lay down this ground and say, I'm off limits, I'm married, and then you're like, well, I just want to have lunch. No, I don't think my husband approve of that. I just want to be your friend. No, I'm okay. Can I have your number? Now you're being fucking thirsty. Or just stupid.
Disrespectful.
Right. That's thirsty. Thirsty to me is persistence. In a
Thirsty
way
is
that I don't want to be pursued. That's
when they
thirsty.
number end up under your picture on Instagram from 64
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
And your phone number like,
right.
call me.
That's stalkerish too. Like 64 weeks. How many bitches you just scroll down?
64 weeks worth.
Definitely not getting a shout out.
And Shelley, what do you think a
Right.
thirsty man would be
I
from a
just
single?
think a thirsty man is someone who invades my privacy after I've given him the person that I am. You know, as far as I'm not interested in dating, I'm not looking for a new friend. All of those terms and those words that I just given to you directly up front. I'm not smiling at you. I'm not giving you no type of sense or, you know, men pay attention to
Body language.
body language. So I don't give in to him. I'm not into him. I'm stepping back to give you that boundary where you're not crossing it, where you shouldn't, and I'm not either. So if you can acknowledge that, then you're cool. But if you're not and you still going at it, I have a problem with that. That's thirsty.
I'm put your thirsty
So
ass on blast.
there's a line
Because I'm
between
a lady and I like
persistent
to
and
make
thirsty.
sure you know that.
It is. It's a line, but it's a very thin line
Yeah.
between
Persistent and
persistency
thirsty.
Absolutely. That
thirstiness.
persistent. Ooh.
Consistency is the
I don't give a fuck. No filter. Persistency sees.
I
It's
just love the plug.
It's creative.
It's great.
Yeah.
Tiff,
Tiff.
the difference, and I know you're gonna have.
Now,
I know
now,
you're
Tiff,
gonna have.
wait.
several-
Now, Tiff, we've had conversations, and I know you had some thirst balls who I would call thirsty. So please explain to the world thirst and how the thirst is real. Because the thirst is real.
It is.
It is.
It definitely
No
is.
filter.
Definitely.
I know, because Sarah's put me out there, like, if I already know the stuff that you do.
We've talked about stuff.
I know. So I've been looking for your male point of view from my life.
I don't even know where to start, G.
Just give us an example of
I'm
thirst.
gonna agree with what these women had to say. I mean, it's what they said is what thirst is. It's point blank. If I tell you that I'm done, that's not even thirst, that's stalker. So I'm going to something totally different. So I'm just going to agree with these two women because what he's talking about is borderline stalking for me. So I'm going to agree with what they said. If you put up the boundaries, if a man or a woman, because women are thirsty as hell too. From the flip side, because they get, so let me flip it then. Let me flip it because they gave what a man is thirsty. So.
And there you have it.
There's
thirst. Devon, welcome back.
Some women be thirsty for attention.
A lot of women.
Yes.
There are some women that are attention seekers.
Did you just
fade in and out?
He jumps in.
No filter.
There are women that are attention seekers.
That's what Instagram was created for.
Attention seekers.
Instagram was created by the devil to make sure that he keeps black people at bay.
Just like this pose right here, I could be showing my hair, but yet I got on the tank top and all this is out, and I'm just like, but I get 58 likes, and it's not because of my hair. They know what they doing. They know that they did this and did this.
That's a thirsty woman.
That's a thirsty woman. She wants attention.
Right.
She wants attention. If you want to do a selfie, just do a selfie.
Right. Or you put out this Marilyn Monroe, which I
I
never understood for the
I
first
don't
part.
either.
You can't quote Marilyn Monroe. She was a
Hoe.
drug addict.
She was a hoe.
And she barely knew how to read, but y'all quoting her
So
like
what
she
you're
had
saying-
life lessons.
Yeah.
That's you might as well start
Stop
quoting
stop
RuPaul.
eating
Might
all
as
this shit about
well.
some hoes, is what we saying.
Right. So what you're saying
They
is
winning this year though. They
is that
winning.
while they're, flaunting their hair and, putting it on Facebook or Instagram, they're
covering it up.
Right, they're using it as their mask,
They're covering
but
it
they're
up.
really selling their bodies,
Absolutely.
right? Oh,
And you know what? And honestly, the people that's on Facebook that does all that flying, they're really lonely people.
Absolutely.
They're
They
very
are.
lonely people.
So I don't have an Instagram, but
You need one.
I don't need an Instagram. Because I'm thinking
Everybody needs an
They
Instagram.
got a void that they're trying
because
to
all I
fill.
see that people have on Instagram, like she said, is women who out here like with they lingerie on.
I'm trying to
Why
figure
y'all
out why do I
Instagram
have to
with
stand
your
in the mirror backwards with my phone to get a full body shot of my backside.
And then you'll see
I'm
I
trying
don't
to figure out why
have
you
an
can't clean
Instagram.
your room
Before you do
taking
it.
a
Or have a
picture.
deuce in the
or
toilet.
clean the mirror
You know,
like I don't
mirror.
see
You
all
take a
that.
picture,
I
you
don't
know.
have
Like,
an Instagram.
I'm serious.
I
You'll see
I
some
wanna
shit
see
like
that.
that. You'll see
Or
like,
you
girls on that
naked,
stuff.
these Instagram, you naked and you got 3 kids in the background. It's like, what in the world?
They naked Saturday, but on Sunday they got all these Lord please, Jesus this, Jesus that. But then they turned up the rest of the week, titties out. Like you thirsty. You thirsty for all the attention.
Why do we take selfies at the job? Like, ain't you supposed to be working?
No.
You're not supposed to be working at the gig.
No.
I mean, is it okay to take selfies at the job?
What's a selfie?
I'm scared to take a
I would
selfie in the
take
This
bathroom.
was
pictures at
right-
the
no,
job.
I
I
mean,
don't care. I don't
but
like
I've never
I
taken
did
a
it.
picture in the
I'm just
bathroom.
saying.
I saw your picture in the bathroom.
I don't like my job.
I'm
enough to
not
take
taking
pictures
not
of
one
that.
picture there.
I don't care.
Like
I
that
don't-
your job,
Right,
so-
like,
I don't want no one to know where I work. Shit. I mean,
I'm scared to take a bathroom
Very
picture because I'm gonna be
confident
embarrassed.
about
It's
that.
gonna be my luck that somebody walk in and I'm like,
Hey, I did that too. When I took my selfie in there, dude came in there, I was like, man, dang,
I
the
saw
rules
it.
lost. Dang.
I saw a dude sitting in his car.
And this goes to a little social media, because everybody on the panel are over 30, right?
yeah.
All right, so growing up, we didn't have this. You had to get your game right. You going to the mall, the rink, the show, whatever like that. You had to work for it.
Read
Oh,
it.
Jubilation. Jubilation.
Y'all
You
yes,
say
bro.
jubilation.
You know, you was at the rink, you at Rainbow, wherever you at. You
Wherever
had to
you
get
at.
your, right. You had to get it cracked.
Oh, man.
What was that other one? Union Hall?
Union Hall.
Union Hall.
Yeah.
So we had all these social events. So we had, we work on our game, work on our line. That's what you had. Now you got Facebook and everything. All you got is IM or Instagram. Like, yo, what you on tonight? I ain't know you want to come on. Ain't no game. Ain't no.
But that just goes back-
Everything is
It's
tested.
easy now.
It's easy.
But that just goes back to kind of earlier what you said. Look, it's not the same, but even with your mother and your father, before, because we didn't have cell phones. When your father went to work, bitch, he was at work. Your mama did not call him at work. She wasn't texting him. If he didn't come home for 3 days, he had a family 3 blocks away. You ain't know it because he ain't had no pager. He ain't had no cell phone, bitch. When he walked through the door, that's when you seen his ass. So it was
But he had a check in his hand.
But he had a check in his hand.
Check in his hand.
That's what I'm saying. Social networking and social media has made the world so small that, like she said, you might meet your other family at the funeral. You ain't know your daddy had another family.
You double tapping on the ground.
You ain't know your daddy had another family.
I can't take it back. Can't take it back.
But I'm saying right now with all the technology that we have today, it makes it so much easier. It makes it so much easier to cheat, but it also makes it so much easier to get caught at the same time.
It's very easy.
But I'm saying, but in a day, if your daddy walked out the door and he went to work, your mama didn't call his foreman. She didn't call when that nigga came back home. My point, because he worked at the mill. He worked at the mill, whatever. He didn't get no phone call.
This shirt. He's like, I gotta carry wide boxes today, man. He ironed this shirt.
Remember James died? Remember James died?
That was the worst show.
We gonna bring it back from the sadness.
I'm sorry.
I got one more sad one because that wasn't the worst. You remember when Edith got raped?
Yeah, that was.
All in the family. All in the family.
Hold on.
Remember when she ran out the door?
Hold on. I got two. First of all, real talk. If y'all don't know, like, I go TV shows, I go hard on movies and TV shows. It's only a few women that go with me, and she won.
How about
and she
Say About a Bell when she took that speech?
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
Yo, we are so off topic. So off topic.
Kid, bring it home. Bring it home.
Bring it back.
All right, so let's bring it back. What you have just witnessed here is the beautiful minds of several adults on the panel.
That's her favorite one.
That's my favorite. I'm confused on
That was Jeffy Spano.
She had to study.
Y'all still talking about saying that.
Talk to the people.
Look, first, you have just witnessed the beautiful minds of several people.
What about Different Strokes when the old boy, the little
Goddamn it, Stable.
Snorkels. Everything on the
The
hood.
Credible Hulk.
Everything be on the hood.
Oh Lord.
We done went from relationships to back in the day.
Right.
But that's how it is.
That's because you want relationships like you had back in the day.
Remember
They
back in the
just
day.
tied it up so sweet.
That's how you do
He
it.
just tied it up so sweet. Put a bow on it. It's done.
Mr. Vaughn, send us home, man.
Hey, No Filter Weekly. Check us out on YouTube. We'll be world premiere next Friday. Check us out on Facebook. Check out the page No Filter Weekly. We're gonna got a lot of questions that was not asked on this here, but we're gonna put them out throughout the week. Anybody got an Instagram they want to give out? No.
No Instagram.
No
You
Instagram.
already know mine.
But guess what? Now Ken is on Twitter, so you know.
Oh,
yeah,
I got the
I
Twitter.
Twitter. So
Okay,
you can follow me on Twitter, the K-Man82. You can follow me on Twitter. You already know how B-Rock gets down.
B-Rock.
Anybody else got some shameless plugs y'all want to do?
Not at all. I'm glad to be a part of the
it.
video.
I'm on
I hope I answered some
Instagram,
of your
Demartry,
questions.
that's D-O for Dorothy, M-A-R for Mary, T-R-I for Beatrice, 21.
Dang, Instagram. Stay on No Filters. IG. I'm in the building now.
Bye.
And tune in next time. We'll be talking to the men on their
We might not be
perspective.
doing it, man.
I'm
You know
gonna
what?
be here.
I think that was the same thing. I don't want to hear the niggas talking about some shit, man.
We mess up.
Come on now. That's not fair.
We
So
need
You
to
let's
have
go
an
filter,
audience
fuck
out
it.
there. You got to share both sides of the world.
No, this is the only side that matters.
Yeah, this
We
is
all
all
that
that
man,
matters.
So we're the side.
Yeah.
So we can't get no feedback.
I'll tell you what y'all can do.
From
Y'all
the men.
give
So
us
we can
questions.
tell you
We'll
y'all
happily answer
secrets.
them.
We can tell our
exactly.
secrets.
There
And
you
then
go.
y'all can't tell us.
Yeah,
yours.
well, you just like y'all can give us y'all questions. Y'all can live feed us and be like, yeah. So B-Rock, how about that?
Yeah, that's
I
what we do.
will happily answer
That's
anything
what we
y'all
do.
put on the page.
That's what we do. Well, I like
glad
that
we
idea.
answer it too.
I like that idea.
I don't trust.
Wait,
you
Tiff,
actually
you don't
in the
trust
loop.
that we will be 100%?
Not that you won't be 100%. How quick I can be answering these questions.
We'll answer the questions as soon as possible.
Say hi.
But just keep in tune with us on No Filter.